Well, we'll find out tomorrow.
We will find out tomorrow what delicious things you have at your festivity. But today we are going to find out something else.
We are.
We are going to settle a score.
Settle the score?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
No, we are going to settle a mild debate, a memory that you have.
Correct.
A memory I don't have, even though I've had it.
Yes.
We are going to have a beer again that you fawn over.
I have.
Quite a bit.
But and this happened with a rosé this year, too, and that didn't go so well. So
It was the War of the Rosés.
the War of the Rosés, yeah.
Well, this is not a rosé. This is another beer from Modern Times, and it's an IPA for this. Give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Critical Band IPA.
Oh, no. Where did it go? That's not the right one. Wait. Where is it? Why is it not in the right spot? I thought I'd fix this one. Maybe I didn't fix this one. There. Now it's good.
From Modern Times. I tried
good.
to pause.
No, it's fine.
It's the Critical Band.
Live hilarity. There we
It's
go.
the Critical Band IPA from Modern Times. This is their monthly release for, you said, available June through August?
June through August. I saw it was a
Okay.
3-month window. Yeah, summer. June through August. I'm looking at it right there. Yep. Yes, sir.
Juicy,
Yes, sir.
tropical IPA. And the reference that Andrew is making is that last year this was out in the fall, actually. I would say,
Yeah.
unless it was just left over, but I have a hard time believing that. But it seemed to come out last year around October, November. And I had the opportunity to enjoy this on several occasions, and enjoy it I did. And I was not the only one.
And offer it to many people. I do remember.
offered- yes.
I remember having one, being
Yes.
offered one. I just don't remember it like.
Around Thanksgiving we had it.
Yeah.
When Darren was out, he was,
Right.
he really he said, actually, giddy up.
Yeah, because that's one of the few. Like, because he's not an IPA
He's not
guy.
a super duper IPA guy. He's fine with them, but they're not like his favorite necessarily. So so this one definitely has had a special place in my memory, in my beer heart, as it were. So we're gonna
And there's not a
try
lot
it again.
from. Yeah, there's not a lot from Modern Times that isn't good / delicious. But I
Right.
just didn't remember it. Like, I didn't remember like. I'm sure I've had plenty of other beers that like I don't remember like that one being like. Over like
Gosh, this is not
really
good to be good.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
No, I know.
So anyway, it came out again. I knew I would get it anyway.
Right.
You know,
Me
like I said,
too. I
but
bought
then
a 4-pack as well.
yeah. So Keith, on top of that, like I said, now I did have one of these the other day. Truth be told, like we always say, we're
Okay.
honest here. I had one the other day, but I was gaming, so my thoughts were split. I was
Okay.
solo, so I was all alone. So I don't analyze things quite as far. So that is
True.
why we have brought it to the table today for the full range of discussion.
We got to put it to the test
That's right.
because we weren't podcasting last year, so now we are.
Now we are, and now we see
Put it on the shirt.
cloudy yellow.
Right over the heart.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're hoping. Yeah, pretty cloudy yellow, like classic.
Yeah.
It's kind of a New England style IPA look to it, I would
Yeah,
say. Maybe
not
not quite that cloudy.
Not quite that hazy, and not
Yeah.
a ton of carbonation or head retention there either.
No, that's true.
And this just came out beginning of June, so
Yeah, these are
still relatively fresh.
super fresh.
Yes. I had to inhale a little extra deeply to get something there, but there's some orange.
I would definitely agree.
I think I remember that from last.
I get some orange. I get a little bit of there's like Modern Times, like in a lot of their beers, I think has kind of a, I don't know if it's part of their yeast, whatever they use, or something like that. But it's like there's always a note of like little bit of dank in there. There's like a little bit of a funk,
Right.
little something at the back end, which
But it's
I
not
like,
the
which makes it unique.
Featured, it's the
No, not at
it's
all.
An
But it's like you get that
accent
like
piece.
okay, there's a little tropical. Like I almost get like it's because it's like not a overwhelming fruit like a passion fruit. It's almost like a little bit of like mango into like a little bit of a light orange, citrus kind of thing, and then into that little just hint of funk.
Hint of funk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ready to rekindle a memory?
Well, let's hope. Damn it. It's good.
It's very
It's
no.
good. It's good.
No,
There's
that's what
absolutely
I thought the other
yeah,
day. I was like, it's good.
It's good.
It's refreshing. It's just not like
It
like
had more last year. Maybe it's like from the good old days were always better. I don't know.
the good old days weren't always good, and tomorrow.
Well, and this
ain't
bad
as
ain't
bad
as
as it
bad.
seems.
This beer ain't as bad as it seems.
No.
No, it's not bad.
I
at
think
all.
this is really good. It's refreshing.
Yes.
It has all those notes in there
Yeah.
that we just talked about in the aroma, but they're just very subtle. They're a little muted. And we've had some things, at least as of late, like when I think of this, like had another one of those digital baths the other day. I'm like, well, that's really tasty. Like, and that has like a more of a fruit forward, like a more of a stronger flavor of this. Now, again, do you recall? Like, I believe this was either $9.99 or $10.99 for a 4-pack.
Well, at Total Wine it was $10.99. We were actually selling it for $9 at Trader Joe's.
You
And I
have
was
this?
getting
You have
10
this at Trader Joe's?
Well, we were.
Oh,
I have.
Are you
not-
getting it
not-
this year?
The last time I worked was Sunday,
Oh,
which this has been released.
yeah.
They were still sending us booming rollers, I believe.
Okay.
So I had not seen this yet.
Booming
Now
rollers.
it may be there now. It may show up next week. I don't know. You know, the Trader Joe's isn't necessarily on top of the beer game, not
Right.
ahead of the curve necessarily. I remember this being a little juicier, and not necessarily more dank, but just there was just more. There was a lot more flavor actually to this. Once again, this isn't bad. It's not
No.
like, oh my God, it's.
So $10.99, like I said, so again, like one of the beers I'm talking, or like I like the Deftones Phantom Bride one, but that one's more perfumey. This one's definitely more juicy.
Yeah.
And again, both of those are $2 or $3 more.
Right.
So it depends on,
Right.
do you want to pay a little bit more
Right.
for the same, well, the Deftones is a 6-pack, but the other one's a 4-pack. So 4-pack to 4-pack, we're talking $3 more.
Right.
So do you want to pay $3 more? All that kind of stuff.
And I want
And
more
I-
fruit than perfume from my beer for the most part.
Yeah.
I would like to know if it's the same, if they did the same recipe as last year. It'd be interesting to know.
Yeah,
If
it's
they-
6.7%.
if they
I don't
tweak it
know if they mentioned anything in there.
Wish I
This
had-
is using Citra, Simcoe, Centennial, Denali, and Equinaut.
yeah, I don't know. Iguano.
I think you're trying to make that a lot harder than it is.
Well, it's
I don't see any accents
Equinaut?
on there.
Iguanot.
Equinaut.
I don't know. I've been watching a lot of soccer lately, so these names are.
That's true.
So that could be the name of the.
Would you say that its deeply juicy profile is underscored by a crisp, restrained malt bill?
Not this year. I wouldn't say it's deeply juicy. I would say it has some nice fruit.
Wow. I do love their writing.
Oh no, they're really good. And
No,
it's not
no,
like it's
no,
the
here it
whole
is.
back
No, no,
page.
no. Delicious fruity, let's see. Restrained malt bill that carries the delicious fruity wonder into a soft round finish that will leave little doubt as to the adroitness of your beer purchase.
Oh,
I love the word adroit.
Adroit is good. Yeah, that's always a
So I already like this beer like 4 times more now.
Yeah, now it's even better.
Yeah, it's delicious. No, I like I said, that was what I had when I had it the other day. I was like, this is good. This is really,
Yeah.
it is delicious. I thought it would be, like, and that was kind of what I thought I had remembered previously,
Yeah.
like that it was good, but like, I don't know if it's around that same time we were kind of starting to have some stuff from like Pueblo Vita and things like that. Like I remember that year, like you had opened up a couple like cans of some different things or something, and maybe I'm combining events too, like
well, right.
But
around
like I remember
yeah.
that too, like all of a sudden, like, oh wow, this is and like maybe then that's why this one kind of got lost in the shuffle then too, because there have been other things that have been more bursting with that kind of fruit, whereas this is more of kind of like how Stone does things. Like Stone, like we kind of go into their beers now, and as big and bombastic as they are, sometimes you think the beer is going to be that crazy, and it's not. They're really good about handling everything with a very deft hand and combining all the flavors, and not one necessarily wins out, but overall it makes for a great creative beer, like in every capacity,
Right.
where it's like I'm getting a little of this and a little of
Right.
that, because they have
This was fruitier. This had more fruit last year.
okay.
This is more restrained. I don't, like I said, the thing that throws me a little bit is it had a different release time this year, because I know I was drinking it in November last year, and unless it was like holdover, but I usually look at the dates of stuff, and I can't imagine I would have bought something.
And I can't
from
see
June.
like this, like you have things
So
like
they have,
I joke about when people like talk about like when we go over to your get-togethers and stuff. I'm like, yeah, Keith has like a better stock than Total Wine of like, of like amazing things that like I've had this for a while, but they're usually always barrel aged things. You're very good about usually when you buy stuff that needs to be had fresh,
Right.
you either drink it or bring it over to a get-together. Like you don't
Right.
like keep thinking like I've had this this,
Right.
Deschutes whatever for 2 years. Like, you don't
Right.
do that.
No, I don't do that.
So that's why, like, I would totally believe you that this must have been at a different time period. And I remember having it that time, too.
I know. It was
So-
because, yeah.
And I can't see you buy anything. Like, you buy things early, but not that early.
Yeah, no.
Like,
No.
so,
maybe they changed it. Maybe they changed up the. I don't know. And things change from year to year. But this is.
Yeah.
This definitely had. There was more. How much more? I can't say.
well, if I don't know if we would be lucky enough for anyone from Modern Times to actually bestow some views upon this
Right.
this video. But if they do, we would love to know if there has been any change, an adjustment or whatever. And like I said, again, I still really like this beer. I'm happy that I bought it. I'm excited that I have 2 more. Like, it's really good. But like, again, yeah, I could use more fruit. And if that's what was there previous year, that's like, but again, yeah, things do have to change. I mean, we both know what that's like when you're working in an industry where you're working with crops and harvests and things like that. And
Correct.
It's stuff that you have to deal with, and it can't always be the same. But
Yep.
But anyway, another very, very good beer, and depending on the price, even better.
Yeah, correct.
Depending on the price of where you can get it.
Correct.
And if you're looking for any other reviews, information, any of that kind of stuff about previous beers, we do a lot of stuff on wine, whiskey, all those things. You can find them at AboutBeverages.com, or you can go to our YouTube page and find us there as well. Or if you're into the live thing and want to discuss beverages with us in real time, want to talk about either what we're having, what you've been having, tell us what to have, what not to have, twitch.tv/AboutBeverages is the place to go every Thursday night and discover. If for some reason we're not going to be there on Thursday, if you follow us on Twitter, see how I tied this all together. If you follow us on Twitter, we'll let you know for some reason if you're not going to get both of us, and maybe you just get solo act. And not quite as exciting, but I'm still here if you need something.
It's probably better that way.
But whether we like it or not,
You should give it a shot.